experience of the game. As you can see, I walked back out with all that swagger. Check it out. Loving my armor, man. I love.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day.
Yeah, peeps, what is going on? It's C.O.Z here, and we're back with the final Demon Souls video, the finale. The final boss of Demon Souls is probably the weirdest experience I've ever had. This is King Allen. We saw an old King Allen, the false king. This is actually the real Allen. He's a slug or something. Probably the easiest boss fight, one of the easiest boss fights, first try. So to start, when you get into the arena, you see this weird slug thing. The best thing to do, since he rears his head up and down, is to stay behind him while keeping the lock on. This is my preferred way of playing, as it helps me center onto my target, but you don't have to use it at all. Just keep rolling around and to his back and slashing in. At this point in the game, I was pretty much leveled up. I had I think it was a +9 or a +10 Uchiganta, if I remember correctly, so the damage that I was outputting is good as well. But in general, he doesn't seem to have that much health as it is. All it is that he's literally in a pool and he's rearing his head up and down. As you can see, I took a bit of damage there, so make sure you do take health in case he does manage to get you. As with Souls bosses, they can suddenly, even the easier ones, can suddenly just come out with a crazy attack or whatever. But that was my strategy, really. I simply just circle around him. He's going to rear back and forth. He's got a little sword there as well, but he didn't seem to wave it to me. I literally just wailed and stayed on his ass. He's literally squiggling around, which is really strange because I did not, as you can see, oh, he hit me there, so he can be a bit dangerous from the front. This is why you should stay at his rear and flank him, really, as with some of the other Demon Souls bosses. But yeah, Elden Ring is going to be my 4th Souls game that's going to be released on the channel with all my progress. It's an amazing experience so far. I have been playing it. I'll be putting out videos and then a couple of premieres I'll have to look into as well to put out. But yeah, Demon Souls is finished, and that is my strategy too. The ending of Demon Souls was probably one of the most dramatic feeling endings ever. After you beat the final boss, as you can imagine, the world is restored as with the Souls games. Check it out. Look at all that cash. It's amazing, and we're gonna have a look at the end as well, because it looks pretty good. As with all the Souls games, just like in Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, there's always some kind of crazy crap going on where everyone is stuck in a loop and there's heroes fighting, that kind of thing. And I can see the links between the games as well. There's no official canonical links, but there are hilarious references. Since Demon Souls or Demon Souls Remastered was basically a remaster by Bluepoint for the from the original games, you see a lot of Dark Souls 3 in this. For instance, the maiden with with her eyes blindfolded kind of reminds me of the fire maiden inside Dark Souls 3 as well. And so it ends with her basically essentially opening up the portal that they've all been locked out of. She can finally return to her slumber and her sleep, the classic loop of the From Software games, which is always that they seem to want to have their end. You know, it has like those proper, it has a mixture of, as you can imagine, the dark gothic style vibes as well, which we see within the games, particularly medieval. Or Demon Souls had a very medieval kind of fantasy knight essence, the same way Dark Souls 3 does, but it's like and Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls, as you can imagine, which was probably inspired of the games. Demon Souls was quite an experience. Some of the bosses were more gimmicky and way less difficult than I think the other Souls games I played. I think Bloodborne has been the hardest so far, but Elden Ring is proving to be the hardest and easiest game at the same time, because there's a lot of ways you can level up between bosses as well. But if you go straight into a boss, you will get shat on. So and I know it's only going to get harder. Late game is absolutely crazy, and it's such a big game. I'm not even I don't even know if I'm mid-game yet. But thank you so much for watching this series. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to bring these videos to you. Very fun, coupled with the shorts and the strategies too that came out with it, and just my overall experience of the game. As you can see, I walked back out with all that swagger. Check it out. Loving my armor, man. I love the Uchiganta. It was a really cool weapon. I used it inside Dark Souls 3 too, but I had to adapt against the Souls of Cinder. But yeah, fantastic. And so this cutscene sort of plays, and as you can imagine, I could hear the music and stuff. When you finish a Souls game for the first time, I don't think there's quite an experience like it. You can ask the fans. And yeah, stay tuned. Please subscribe, leave a like, and see you soon.